Chosen ones, you finally did what God has been waiting for, and let me tell you, God is impressed with you this morning. Your heart, your faith, your unshakable resolve have caught his attention in ways you can't even fathom. Right now, as you stand in this moment, a divine spotlight is shining on you, marking you as his chosen, his beloved, his warrior. You've stepped into something bigger than yourself, something eternal, and the heavens are celebrating your courage. This is no ordinary day. It's the day your purpose aligns with God's plan, and everything is about to change. You woke up this morning, maybe feeling the weight of the world, maybe carrying scars from battles you fought in silence. But you chose to keep going. You chose to trust. You chose to believe, even when the odds seemed stacked against you. That choice, that single act of faith, was the spark that set the divine plan in motion. God saw you rise today, not with pride, but with humility, not with fear, but with courage. And he's saying, "This is my child, the one I've been waiting for." Your persistence has unlocked a season of favor that's been waiting for you since the beginning of time. Think about it. Every step you've taken, every tear you've shed, every moment you refused to give up, it wasn't random. It was preparation. God has been watching you navigate storms that would have broken others. You've faced rejection, doubt, even betrayal, and yet here you are, still standing, still shining. That's not just strength, that's divine power flowing through you. The creator of the universe is looking at you right now, proud of the way you've carried his light. He's saying, "Well done, my faithful one." If this truth is stirring something in your spirit, I invite you to declare it. Type 777 inches, the comments below, as a sign that you're ready to step into this divine moment. Your faith has moved mountains you can't even see yet. You've been sowing seeds in the dark, trusting God's promise, even when the world told you to quit. Maybe you've been praying for a breakthrough, for healing, for a way out of the struggle. Maybe you've been asking God for a sign. Well, chosen one, this is it. God is impressed because you didn't just talk about faith, you lived it. You didn't just hope for better days, you walked toward them, even when the path was unclear. That kind of trust shakes the heavens. It's the kind of faith that makes angels stand in awe. Let's pause for a second. If this message is speaking to you, if you feel the weight of God's favor resting on your life, hit that like button and subscribe to join thousands of chosen one souls walking this journey together. Your support keeps this light shining, reaching others who need to hear this truth. Now, let's keep going, because what God has for you is too big to miss. You're not just another face in the crowd. You're not here by accident. God has been waiting for you to step into the fullness of who He created you to be. And this morning, you did something extraordinary. You showed up. You showed up in your prayers, in your kindness, in your refusal to let bitterness define you. That's what God has been waiting for. Not perfection, not some grand gesture, but your heart, fully surrendered, fully trusting. That's the moment He's been watching for, the moment He knew you were ready. Picture this: a door in the heavens, inscribed with your name, swinging wide open. Behind it lies everything God has promised: peace that surpasses understanding, provision that overflows, purpose that sets your soul on fire. You've been knocking on that door maybe for years, through every trial, every setback, and today God is saying, it's time. Your faithfulness has impressed Him, not because you're flawless, but because you kept going. You kept believing. You kept choosing Him, even when the world tried to pull you away. What does it mean to impress God? It's not about earning His love. He's always loved you. It's about aligning with his heart. It's about saying yes to his call, even when it's hard. Think of David, a shepherd boy who faced a giant with nothing but a sling and a stone. The world saw weakness, but God saw faith. David's courage impressed the Creator, not because he was the strongest, but because he trusted God's strength. You, chosen one, are walking in that same legacy. Your faith is your sling, your trust is your stone, and God is ready to move giants out of your way. If this is resonating, if you feel the truth of God's favor washing over you, type 777 inches, the comments below. Let the heavens know you're claiming this moment. Let your faith declare that you're ready for what's next. Because what's next is bigger than anything you've imagined. You've been through the fire, haven't you? You've walked through valleys where the shadows felt endless. Maybe it was a season of loss, a broken relationship, a dream that seemed to crumble. But here's the truth. Those moments weren't meant to destroy you. They were meant to refine you. God was watching as you chose forgiveness over anger, hope over despair, faith over fear. Every time you chose to rise, you were building something eternal. You were proving to the universe that you're not just chosen, you're unstoppable. God is impressed because you've carried his light into places where darkness thought it had won. You've loved when it was easier to hate. You've given when you had nothing left to give. You've prayed when your heart was heavy. That's not just resilience, that's divine power at work. The Holy Spirit has been moving in you, shaping you, preparing you for a purpose so great, it will change the world around you. You're not just living for yourself, you're living for every soul who will be touched by your light. Let's talk about what's happening right now. The moment you woke up today, something shifted in the spiritual realm. Your decision to keep going, to trust God's plan, sent a ripple through eternity. Angels are gathering, aligning resources, opening doors you can't even see yet. God is orchestrating divine connections, people, opportunities, moments that will propel you into your destiny. You didn't just impress God, you activated his promises. The wealth, the healing, the joy you've been praying for. They're not just coming, they're already on their way. You might be wondering, why me? Why now? Because you've proven yourself faithful. You've stood firm when others would have fallen. You've held on to God's promises when the world told you they were impossible. That's why the gates of heaven are opening for you. That's why God is moving mountains to make a way. If you're feeling this truth, type 777 inches, the comments below. Declare that you're ready to walk through the doors God is opening. Let your faith speak louder than your doubts. Your life is a testimony, chosen one. Every scar you carry, every victory you've won, every moment you chose to trust. It's all part of the story God is writing through you. Think of Esther, a young woman who stood before a king to save her people. She didn't have an army, didn't have wealth, but she had favor. She had God's hand on her life. And when she stepped out in faith, the impossible became reality. You're standing in that same place right now. God's favor is on you, and he's about to do the impossible through you. What you did this morning, whether it was a prayer, a kind word, a moment of courage, changed everything. It wasn't small. It wasn't insignificant. It was the moment God was waiting for. The moment he said, "This is my chosen one, ready for greatness." You've been faithful in the small things, and now he's entrusting you with the big things. The dreams you've carried in your heart, the ones that you thought were too big, they're not too big for God. He's been waiting for you to step into them. Your journey hasn't been easy, but it's been worth it. Every trial has been a stepping stone to this moment. God has seen your tears, heard your prayers, and watched your faith grow. He's impressed because you didn't let the world define you. You didn't let pain steal your purpose. You didn't let fear stop your progress. Instead, you let God's truth guide you. And now, He's ready to pour out blessings that will overflow, blessings that will touch not just you, but everyone around you. If this message is lighting a fire in your spirit, hit that like button and subscribe to join thousands of chosen one souls standing in faith. Your support helps spread this truth to others who need it. And if you're ready to claim this moment, type 777 inches the comments below. Let the world know you're stepping into God's plan with boldness. You're not just chosen, you're anointed. God has placed a calling on your life that no one can take away. The world might try to dim your light, but it can't. The enemy might try to steal your joy, but he won't, because God is impressed with you, and His favor is your shield. Right now, as you listen to this, doors are opening, resources are aligning, miracles are unfolding. You're stepping into a season where the impossible becomes possible, where dreams become reality, where your faith becomes sight. Think about Noah, building an ark when no one else saw the rain coming. The world mocked him, doubted him, but God was with him. Every nail he hammered, every board he placed, was an act of faith. And when the floods came, his faith was vindicated. You're building your ark right now, chosen one. Every prayer, every step of obedience, every moment you trust God, it's building something eternal. God is impressed because you're building, even when the world doesn't understand. Your life is about to reflect the glory of God in ways you never imagined. People will look at you and see something different. They'll see peace in your eyes, strength in your step, joy in your heart. They'll wonder what changed, what set you apart. And the answer is simple. You chose God. You chose to trust Him. You chose to believe that His promises are true. That's what impressed Him. That's what's unlocking the floodgates of heaven over your life. You're not just walking through life, you're walking in purpose. Every step you take is guided by God's hand. Every decision you make is led by His Spirit. You've impressed Him because you've chosen to live for Him, not for the world's approval. And now, He's ready to show the world what happens when a chosen one steps into their destiny. Get ready, because the blessings are coming, and they're coming fast. Your faith has set something in motion that can't be stopped. The moment you chose to trust God this morning, you shifted the atmosphere. You aligned yourself with His will, and now His power is flowing through you. You're not just a believer, you're a vessel of His glory. The dreams you've carried, the prayers you've prayed, the battles you've fought, they're all coming together in this moment. God is saying, "You're ready. I'm proud of you. Now watch what I do next." You've been faithful in the quiet moments, in the unseen struggles, in the times when no one else was watching. But God was watching. He saw every sacrifice, every act of courage, every moment you chose to trust Him. And now, He's ready to reward you openly. The world will see what happens when God's chosen one steps into their calling. Your life is about to become a living testimony of His power, His love, and His faithfulness. What you did this morning wasn't just another moment, it was a divine appointment. You stepped into the fullness of who God created you to be. You said yes to His call, even when it wasn't easy. You chose faith over fear, love over hate, hope over despair. That's why God is impressed. That's why the heavens are moving on your behalf. You're not just chosen, you're appointed for greatness, and this is your moment to shine. Your story is just beginning. Chosen one, the world is about to see what God can do through someone who trusts Him completely. Your faith has impressed the Creator, and now he's ready to show you what he's been preparing all along. Doors you didn't even know existed are opening. Opportunities you couldn't have dreamed of are coming your way. This is the season where God's promises become your reality, where your faith becomes your victory. You've been through trials that tested your soul, but they didn't break you. They shaped you. They prepared you for this moment. God has been watching, and He's seen your heart. He's seen your faith. He's seen your refusal to give up. And now, He's ready to pour out blessings that will overflow, blessings that will change your life and touch the lives of everyone around you. You're not just surviving, you're thriving, because God is with you, and He's impressed. Your life is a canvas, and God is painting a masterpiece. Every stroke, every color, every detail has been planned by His hand. The struggles you've faced were the shadows that make the light shine brighter. The tears you've shed were the water that nourished your growth. The faith you've held onto is the foundation of your destiny. God is impressed because you've let Him work through you, and now the world is about to see the beauty of His creation in you. You're stepping into a season of overflow, chosen one. The prayers you've prayed are being answered. The dreams you've carried are coming to life. The battles you've fought are turning into victories. God is impressed because you've trusted His timing, His plan, His purpose. And now, He's ready to show you what happens when a chosen one walks in faith. Get ready, because your life is about to become a living miracle. Every moment of your journey has led to this. Every choice you've made, every step you've taken, every prayer you've whispered, it's all been building to this moment. God is impressed because you've chosen Him over the world, faith over fear, purpose over pain. And now, He's ready to open the floodgates of heaven over your life. The blessings, the opportunities, the miracles, they're all coming, and they're coming now. You're not just a believer, you're a beacon. Your life is a light that shines in the darkness, a testimony that God's promises are true. You've impressed Him because you've carried His truth in your heart, even when the world tried to steal it. Now, watch as He moves mountains for you. Watch as He opens doors no one can shut. Watch as He turns your faith into a legacy that will echo through generations. This morning, you did something extraordinary. You chose to trust God, even when the world told you to doubt. You chose to believe, even when the path was unclear. You chose to stand, even when the ground felt shaky. That's why God is impressed. That's why the heavens are aligning for you. You're not just chosen, you're anointed, appointed, and ready for the greatness God has planned. Your moment is here, and nothing can stop it. Your faith has changed everything, chosen one. The moment you said yes to God, you set off a chain reaction in the spiritual realm. Angels are moving, resources are aligning, doors are opening. God is impressed because you've trusted Him with your whole heart, and now He's ready to show the world what He can do through you. Your life is about to become a living proof of His power, His love, and His faithfulness. You've been faithful in the small things, and now God is entrusting you with the big things. The dreams you thought were too big, they're not. The prayers you thought went unheard, they weren't. God has been listening, watching, waiting for this moment. You've impressed Him with your heart, your faith, your courage, and now He's ready to pour out blessings that will overflow, blessings that will change your life and the lives of everyone around you. Your journey has been a testament to God's faithfulness. Every trial you've faced, every storm you've weathered, every moment you chose to trust, it's all been leading to this. God is impressed because you've carried His light into the darkness, and now that light is about to shine brighter than ever. You're stepping into a season where miracles are your reality, where favor is your portion, where God's promises are your inheritance. You're not just chosen, you're called. You're not just blessed, you're a blessing. God is impressed because you've chosen to live for Him, to trust Him, to follow Him, even when it wasn't easy. And now, He's ready to show you what happens when a chosen one steps into their destiny. Get ready, because the floodgates are opening, and the blessings are coming in ways you never imagined. Your faith has impressed the Creator of the universe, chosen one. That's no small thing. It's the kind of faith that moves mountains, parts seas, and changes history. You've stood firm when others would have fallen. You've trusted when others would have doubted. You've loved when others would have hated. That's why God is ready to pour out His favor on you, to open doors no one can shut, to make a way where there seems to be no way. This morning, you did what God has been waiting for. You chose to rise, to believe, to trust. And now, the heavens are responding. The blessings you've been praying for, the dreams you've been carrying, the breakthroughs you've been waiting for, they're here. God is impressed, and He's ready to show the world what happens when His chosen one steps into their calling. Your life is about to become a living testimony of His power, His love, and His faithfulness. Your heart has always been a compass, chosen one, guiding you through the chaos of this world toward God's unshakable truth. This morning, when you chose to align your spirit with His will, you didn't just make a decision, you ignited a divine spark that's now blazing into a fire. God is impressed because you've learned to listen to that quiet voice within, the one that speaks when the world is loud, the one that calls you to rise when everything else tells you to stay down. That inner guidance is your strength, and it's leading you to a destiny far greater than you can see. The world around you may not understand the path you're on. They may see your faith as foolish, your trust as naive. But God sees something different. He sees a soul who's chosen to walk by faith, not by sight. He sees a heart that refuses to be swayed by doubt or fear. Your decision to keep moving forward, even when the road was rough, has set you apart. It's not about what others think, it's about what God knows, and He knows you're ready for the blessings He's been holding for you. You've been planting seeds of faith, even in the hardest seasons. Maybe you didn't see the harvest right away. Maybe you wondered if your prayers were heard. But every seed you've sown, every moment of trust, every act of kindness, every prayer whispered in the dark has taken root. God is impressed because you didn't give up when the ground felt barren. You kept sowing, kept trusting, kept believing. And now, the harvest is coming, and it's going to be more abundant than you ever imagined. There's a shift happening in your life right now, chosen one. It's not just a feeling, it's a divine realignment. The moment you chose to trust God this morning, you stepped into a new rhythm, a new flow. The things that once held you back, fear, doubt, lack, are losing their grip. God is moving pieces into place, aligning opportunities, people, and resources to fulfill His promises. You're not just walking through life, you're walking into a season where everything falls into place, where God's plan unfolds with perfect timing. You've carried burdens that weren't yours to bear. Maybe it was the weight of others' expectations, the pain of past mistakes, or the fear of not being enough. But today, God is saying, let it go. He's impressed because you've chosen to release what doesn't serve His purpose for you. You've chosen to trust His strength over your own. That act of surrender is powerful. It's opened the door for His peace to flood your heart, His provision to fill your life, and His purpose to guide your steps. Think of Moses, standing before the Red Sea with an army behind him and nowhere to go. The world saw an impossible situation. but God saw a faithful servant. Moses didn't have the answers, didn't have a plan, but he had faith. And when he lifted his staff, God parted the waters. You're standing at your own Red Sea right now, chosen one. The obstacles in front of you may look impossible, but God is impressed with your faith, and He's about to make a way where there seems to be none. Your life is a living prayer, a testament to God's faithfulness. Every time you choose to trust, every time you choose to love, every time you choose to keep going, you're speaking to the heavens. God is listening, and He's responding. He's impressed because you've made your life a reflection of His truth. You've chosen to live for something bigger than yourself, and now He's ready to pour out blessings that will overflow, touching not just you, but everyone around you. There's a fire in your spirit, chosen one, a divine energy that can't be contained. This morning, when you chose to rise, you fanned that flame. God is impressed because you've refused to let the world extinguish your light. You've faced darkness, doubt, even despair, and yet your fire still burns. That fire is His Spirit in you, guiding you, strengthening you, leading you into a future filled with purpose. The world may try to dim it, but your light is too bright, too divine, to ever be put out. You've been through seasons where you felt alone, where the world seemed to turn its back on you. But God never did. He was there in every moment, watching, guiding, preparing you for this day. He's impressed because you didn't let loneliness define you. You didn't let isolation steal your faith. Instead, you leaned into Him, and that choice has set you apart. Now, He's bringing people into your life who will see your light, who will walk with you, who will honor the calling God has placed on you. Your faith is a bridge, chosen one, connecting where you are to where God wants you to be. Every step you take in trust builds that bridge stronger. Every prayer, every act of obedience, every moment you choose God over the world, it's laying another plank, making the path clearer. God is impressed because you're not just crossing the bridge, you're building it with every choice you make. And on the other side, a life of purpose, abundance, and joy that He's been preparing for you. You've been a warrior in the quiet moments, fighting battles no one else could see. Maybe it was the battle to forgive, to let go of pain, to trust again. God is impressed because you fought those battles with grace, with faith, with love. You didn't let bitterness win. You didn't let anger take root. Instead, you chose to reflect His heart, and now He's ready to reward you. The victories you've won in secret are about to be celebrated in the open. There's a rhythm to your life now, a divine cadence that's guiding your steps. You're not stumbling through anymore, you're moving with purpose. God is impressed because you've learned to listen to His timing, to trust His pace. The world may rush you, may push you to move faster, but you've chosen to walk in step with Him. That alignment is unlocking doors, bringing opportunities, and setting the stage for miracles you can't even imagine yet. You've been a seed planted in hard ground, chosen one, but you didn't stop growing. The world tried to bury you, but God was watering you, nourishing you, preparing you to break through. He's impressed because you didn't let the weight of the soil stop you. You kept pushing toward the light, and now you're about to bloom. The beauty of what God is doing in your life is about to be seen by everyone, and it's going to be a testimony of His power. Your faith has been a magnet, drawing God's favor to you. Every time you chose to trust, you pulled His blessings closer. Every time you chose to believe, you attracted His provision. God is impressed because you've learned to live by faith, not by what you see. And now, that faith is about to manifest in ways that will leave you in awe. The things you've prayed for, the dreams you've held on to, They're not just possibilities anymore. They're realities, and they're coming now. You've been a lighthouse in the storm, chosen one, standing firm when the waves crashed around you. God is impressed because you didn't let the storm put out your light. You kept shining, kept guiding, kept trusting. And now, He's calming the storm. He's bringing peace to the chaos, provision to the lack, purpose to the pain. Your light is about to shine brighter than ever, and it's going to draw others to the safety of God's love. Your life is a song, and God is the composer. Every note, every chord, every pause has been written by His hand. He's impressed because you've trusted His melody, even when it didn't make sense. You've sung His song through tears, through trials, through triumphs, and now the song is building to a crescendo. The world is about to hear the beauty of what God has written through you, and it's going to move hearts, change lives, and glorify Him. You've been a student of God's lessons, chosen one, learning from every trial, growing through every challenge. He's impressed because you didn't run from the hard moments. You leaned into them, seeking His wisdom, trusting His guidance. That willingness to learn has prepared you for what's next. The knowledge you've gained, the strength you've built, it's all part of God's plan to elevate you, to use you, to shine His light through you in ways that will transform the world. There's a divine current flowing through your life now, carrying you toward God's purpose. You're not fighting against the tide anymore, you're moving with it. God is impressed because you've learned to trust the flow, to let go of control, to let Him lead. That surrender is opening doors you didn't even know existed. Opportunities are coming, connections are forming, and blessings are pouring in, all because you chose to trust His current over your own strength. You've been a mirror, reflecting God's truth in a world full of distortion. He's impressed because you didn't let the world's lies change who you are. You've held fast to His truth, letting it shape you, guide you, define you. And now, that truth is about to shine through you in ways that will leave others in awe. People will see God's reflection in you, His love, His power, His grace, and it's going to draw them closer to Him. Your faith has been a foundation, chosen one, a rock that's held firm through every storm. God is impressed because you didn't build on sand, you built on Him. Every prayer, every act of trust, every moment you chose faith over fear, it strengthened that foundation. And now, He's building something extraordinary on it. A life of purpose, a legacy of faith, a testimony of His power. The world is about to see what happens when God builds on a foundation of faith. You've been a flame, in the darkness, burning bright when the world tried to snuff you out. God is impressed because you didn't let the darkness win. You kept burning, kept shining, kept trusting, and now that flame is about to ignite something bigger. It's going to spread, touching lives, warming hearts, lighting the way for others. Your light is a gift, and God is ready to use it to change the world. Your journey has been a tapestry, woven with threads of faith, courage, and trust. Every moment, every choice, every step has been part of God's design. He's impressed because you've let Him weave your story. Even when the threads felt tangled, you've trusted His hand, His vision, His purpose. And now, the tapestry is taking shape, a masterpiece that will tell the story of His faithfulness for generations to come. You've been a warrior, chosen one, not with weapons, but with faith. God is impressed because you've fought the battles that matter, the ones in your heart, your mind, your spirit. You've chosen love over hate, forgiveness over bitterness, hope over despair. Those victories have prepared you for this moment where God is ready to pour out His favor, His provision, His purpose. Your battles have made you ready for the blessings. There's a divine rhythm to your life now, a beat that pulses with God's purpose. You're not just moving through life, you're dancing to His song. God is impressed because you've learned to follow His lead, to trust His timing, to move with His Spirit. That alignment is bringing you into a season of harmony, where everything works together for your good. The blessings, the opportunities, the miracles, they're all part of the dance, and you're stepping into it with grace. You've been a seed, breaking through stone, chosen one, refusing to stay buried. God is impressed because you didn't let the weight of the world stop you. You kept pushing, kept growing, kept reaching for His light. And now, you're breaking through. The stone is cracking, the soil is giving way, and you're about to bloom into the fullness of God's plan. The world is about to see the beauty of what He's grown in you. Your faith has been a river, flowing steadily through the dry places of your life. God is impressed because you didn't let the desert stop your flow. You kept trusting, kept believing, kept moving forward. And now, that river is about to overflow, bringing life to everything it touches. Your faith is watering dreams, healing hearts, and paving the way for God's abundance to flood your life. You've been a star in the night sky, chosen one, shining bright when the world was dark. God is impressed because you didn't let the darkness dim your light. You kept shining, kept trusting, kept pointing others to Him. And now, your light is about to become a beacon, guiding others, illuminating paths, showing the world the power of God's love. Your shine is His glory, and it's about to light up the world. Your life is a divine blueprint, chosen one, drafted by the hand of God Himself. This morning, when you chose to trust His plan over the world's chaos, you stepped into the center of His design. God is impressed because you've followed His blueprint, even when the lines seemed unclear, even when the world tried to redraw your path. Your faith has kept you aligned with His vision, and now He's unveiling the masterpiece He's been crafting through you, a life of purpose, power, and eternal impact. You've been a pilgrim on a sacred journey, walking roads that others wouldn't dare to tread. God is impressed because you didn't turn back when the path grew steep. You kept moving, kept trusting, kept seeking His face. Every step you've taken has been a declaration of faith, a testament to your unwavering commitment to His call. Now, the destination is coming into view, not an end, but a new beginning, where His promises unfold in ways that will leave you in awe. There's a divine frequency resonating in your spirit, chosen one, a vibration that aligns with God's heart. This morning, when you chose to rise in faith, you tuned into that frequency. God is impressed because you've learned to hear His voice above the noise of the world. You've chosen to listen to His truth, to let it guide your steps, to let it shape your soul. That alignment is unlocking blessings, opening doors, and setting the stage for miracles that will transform your life. You've been a vessel, carrying God's light into places where darkness thought it had won. He's impressed because you didn't let the weight of that light overwhelm you. You carried it with grace, with courage, with love. Even when the world tried to snuff it out, you kept shining. Now, that light is about to illuminate everything around you. Your relationships, your dreams, your purpose. God is ready to show the world what happens when His light shines through a faithful heart. Your faith has been a key, chosen one, unlocking doors that no one else could open. God is impressed because you didn't lose that key in the storms of life. You held onto it, trusted it, used it even when the lock seemed impossible. Every prayer, every act of obedience, every moment you chose to believe, it's been turning the key, opening pathways to abundance, healing, and purpose. Now, those doors are swinging wide. and God's favor is pouring through. You've been a gardener, tending to the seeds of God's promises in your heart. He's impressed because you didn't stop watering them, even when the ground felt dry. You kept nurturing, kept trusting, kept believing that His promises would grow. Now, those seeds are sprouting, breaking through the soil, ready to bear fruit. The harvest is coming, and it's going to be abundant, overflowing with blessings that will touch every part of your life. There's a divine wind blowing through your life, chosen one, carrying you toward God's purpose. This morning, when you chose to trust Him, you caught that wind. God is impressed because you didn't fight against it, didn't try to control it. You let His Spirit guide you, let His breath move you. That surrender is propelling you into a season of acceleration, where dreams become reality, where prayers become answers, where faith becomes sight. You've been a storyteller, chosen one, writing God's truth with every step you take. He's impressed because you didn't let the world edit your story. You let Him hold the pen, let Him write the chapters, even when they were hard to read. Every trial, every triumph, every moment of faith, it's all part of the story He's telling through you. And now, that story is about to captivate the world, showing them the power of a life lived for God. Your heart is a sanctuary, a holy place where God's presence dwells. This morning, when you chose to trust Him, you opened that sanctuary wider. God is impressed because you've kept it pure, kept it open, kept it ready for Him. Even when the world tried to fill it with doubt or fear, you chose faith. Now, His presence is filling every corner, bringing peace, power, and purpose that will overflow into every part of your life. You've been a builder, constructing a legacy of faith with every choice you make. God is impressed because you didn't build for yourself, you built for Him. Every prayer, every act of kindness, every moment you trusted His plan. It's been laying bricks, raising walls, creating something eternal. Now, that legacy is taking shape, a monument to His faithfulness that will stand for generations, inspiring others to build their lives on His truth. There's a divine spark in you, chosen one, a light that's been burning since the day you were born. This morning, when you chose to rise in faith, you fanned that spark into a flame. God is impressed because you didn't let the world extinguish it. You protected it, nurtured it, let it grow. Now, that flame is about to become a wildfire, spreading God's love, His power, His truth to everyone around you. Your light is His glory, and it's about to shine brighter than ever. You've been a navigator, charting a course through life's storms with God as your compass. He's impressed because you didn't let the waves throw you off course. You kept your eyes on Him, kept your heart aligned with His truth. Even when the seas were rough, you trusted His direction. Now, the storm is calming, and the horizon is clear. You're sailing into a season of peace, provision, and purpose, guided by His unfailing hand. Your faith has been a shield, protecting you from the arrows of doubt and fear. God is impressed because you didn't drop that shield. Even when the battle was fierce, you held it high, trusted its strength, let it guard your heart. Now, that shield is stronger than ever, and God is using it to protect you as you step into His promises. The attacks of the enemy can't touch you. Your faith is your defense, and God's favor is your victory. You've been a dreamer, holding on to visions that God planted in your heart. He's impressed because you didn't let the world steal those dreams. You kept them alive, kept them safe, kept believing they were possible. Even when they seemed out of reach, you trusted His promise. Now, those dreams are waking up, coming to life, becoming reality. God is turning your visions into victories, showing the world what happens when a chosen one dares to dream with him. There's a divine current running through your life, chosen one, a power that's moving you toward God's purpose. This morning, when you chose to trust him, you stepped into that current. God is impressed because you didn't resist it, didn't try to swim against it. You let his power carry you, let his spirit guide you. That surrender is bringing you to places you never imagined, places of abundance, healing, and joy, where his promises are fulfilled. You've been a warrior of peace, fighting for God's truth, with a heart full of love. He's impressed because you didn't fight with anger or bitterness, you fought with grace. You chose forgiveness over revenge, hope over despair, faith over fear. Those battles have strengthened you, prepared you, made you ready for this moment. Now God is giving you the victory, pouring out blessings that will show the world the power of a peaceful heart. Your life is a canvas of grace, painted with strokes of faith and trust. God is impressed because you've let him hold the brush, let him choose the colors, even when they didn't make sense. Every moment of surrender, every act of obedience, it's been adding beauty to the picture. Now, that canvas is ready to be revealed, a masterpiece of God's love that will inspire others, draw them to him, and show them the power of a life lived in faith. You've been a beacon, chosen one, shining God's light in a world that's lost in darkness. He's impressed because you didn't hide that light, didn't let it flicker. You let it burn bright, let it guide others, let it point to him. Now, that light is about to shine even brighter, reaching farther, touching more lives. Your beacon is his glory, and it's about to light up the world in ways you never dreamed possible. Your faith has been a riverbed, channeling God's blessings through your life. God is impressed because you didn't let the world dam that river. You kept it open, kept it flowing, kept it ready for his provision. Even when the world tried to dry it up, you trusted his supply. Now, that river is about to overflow, bringing life to every part of your world, your relationships, your dreams, your purpose. God's blessings are coming, and they're coming in abundance. You've been a poet, writing God's truth with every moment of your life. He's impressed because you didn't let the world silence your voice. You kept speaking his truth, kept living his love, kept trusting his plan. Every word, every action, every choice. It's been poetry, a song of faith that resonates in the heavens. Now, that poetry is about to be heard, touching hearts, changing lives, and glorifying God in ways that will echo through eternity. There's a divine melody playing in your soul, chosen one, a song that God composed just for you. This morning, when you chose to trust him, you began to sing it louder. God is impressed because you didn't let the world drown it out. You kept listening, kept singing, kept trusting his tune. Now, that melody is about to fill the air, drawing others to its beauty, showing them the power of a life lived in harmony with God's heart. You've been a trailblazer, carving a path through the wilderness of this world. God is impressed because you didn't let the thorns stop you. You kept moving, kept trusting, kept following his lead. Every step you've taken has been clearing the way, not just for you, but for others who will follow. Now, that path is leading to a place of promise, a place of abundance, a place where God's glory shines through you like never before. Your faith has been a flame, burning steady through the coldest nights. God is impressed because you didn't let the wind of doubt put it out. You protected it, nurtured it, let it grow. Even when the world tried to smother it, you kept it alive. Now, that flame is about to become a blaze, warming hearts, lighting paths, and showing the world the power of God's love burning in you. You've been a bridge, chosen one, connecting broken hearts to God's healing. He's impressed because you didn't let your own pain stop you from helping others. You kept building, kept reaching, kept loving. Every act of kindness, every word of encouragement, it's been strengthening that bridge. Now, God is sending people across it, people who will find His love through you, people who will see His light because of your faith. There's a divine momentum building in your life, a force that's carrying you toward God's purpose. This morning, when you chose to trust Him, you stepped into that momentum. God is impressed because you didn't resist it, didn't slow it down. You let His Spirit push you forward, let His power propel you. That momentum is bringing you to a season of breakthroughs, where dreams become reality, where prayers become answers, where faith becomes victory. Your life is a sacred mosaic, chosen one, each piece carefully placed by God's hand to form a picture of His glory. This morning, when you chose to trust Him, you added another piece to that masterpiece. God is impressed because you've let Him shape the design, even when the pieces didn't seem to fit. You've trusted His vision, His purpose, His plan. Now, the mosaic is coming into focus, revealing a beauty that will draw others to Him. A testament to what happens when a heart stays faithful. You've been a watchman, standing guard over God's promises in your life. He's impressed because you didn't fall asleep on duty. You stayed vigilant, kept praying, kept believing, even when the night felt endless. Every moment you held fast to His word, you were protecting something precious. Now, the dawn is breaking, and the promises you've guarded are about to shine in the light. God is ready to show the world what happens when His watchman stands firm. There's a divine rhythm pulsing through your soul, chosen one, a beat that syncs with God's heart. This morning, when you chose faith, you stepped into that rhythm. God is impressed because you didn't let the world's noise drown it out. You tuned your heart to His frequency. Let His Spirit guide your steps. That alignment is moving you toward a season of harmony, where every part of your life, your dreams, your relationships, your purpose, flows together in His perfect plan. You've been a weaver, threading God's truth through the fabric of your life. He's impressed because you didn't let the world unravel your work. You kept weaving, kept trusting, kept creating something beautiful for Him. Every choice, every prayer, every act of faith, it's been a thread, strengthening the tapestry of your destiny. Now, that tapestry is ready to be displayed, a work of art that tells the story of God's faithfulness through you. Your faith has been a lighthouse, guiding you through the fog of life's uncertainties. God is impressed because you didn't let the haze dim your light. You kept shining, kept trusting, kept pointing to Him. Even when the world couldn't see the way, you held fast to His direction. Now, the fog is lifting, and your light is about to guide others to safety, to hope, to God's love. Your beacon is His glory, and it's about to shine brighter than ever. You've been a seed sown in faith, planted in the soil of God's promises. He's impressed because you didn't wither in the darkness. You kept growing, kept reaching for His light, even when the world tried to bury you. Every moment of trust, every prayer, in the quiet, it's been pushing you toward the surface. Now, you're breaking through, ready to bloom into the fullness of God's plan, a living testimony of His power to grow beauty from ashes. There's a divine current carrying you, chosen one, a flow that's moving you toward God's purpose. This morning, when you chose to trust Him, you surrendered to that current. God is impressed because you didn't fight against it, didn't try to chart your own course. You let His Spirit guide you. Let his power propel you. That surrender is bringing you to places of abundance, where his blessings overflow, where his promises become your reality. You've been a scribe, writing God's story with every moment of your life. He's impressed because you didn't let the world erase your words. You kept writing, kept trusting, kept letting his truth flow through you. Every choice, every act of faith, it's been a sentence, a paragraph, a chapter in his book. Now, that story is ready to be read, a narrative of grace that will inspire others, draw them to him, and show the power of a life lived for God. Your heart is a garden, chosen one, where God's promises have taken root. He's impressed because you didn't let the weeds of doubt choke them out. You kept tending, kept nurturing, kept trusting his care. Even when the world tried to overrun it, you protected that sacred space. Now, your garden is blooming, filled with the beauty of his promises, ready to bear fruit that will feed others, heal hearts, and glorify him. You've been a flame keeper, guarding the fire of God's Spirit in your soul. He's impressed because you didn't let the winds of adversity blow it out. You kept it burning, kept it alive, kept it shining. Every moment you chose faith over fear, you added fuel to that flame. Now, it's growing into a blaze, a fire that will warm hearts, light paths, and show the world the power of God's presence in you. There's a divine compass in your spirit, chosen one, pointing you toward God's truth. This morning, when you chose to trust him, you followed that compass. God is impressed because you didn't let the world's distractions throw you off course. You kept your eyes on him, kept your heart aligned with his direction. That focus is leading you to a season of clarity, where his plan unfolds, where his blessings flow, where his purpose becomes your reality. You've been a bridge builder, connecting broken dreams to God's restoration. He's impressed because you didn't let your own pain stop you from helping others. You kept building, kept reaching, kept trusting his plan. Every act of kindness, every word of hope, it's been strengthening that bridge. Now, God is sending people across it. People who will find his healing through you. People who will see his love because of your faith. Your faith has been a cornerstone, chosen one, a foundation that holds strong in any storm. God is impressed because you didn't build on shifting sand, you built on him. Every prayer, every moment of trust, it's been laying a stone, creating something unshakable. Now, he's building a legacy on that foundation, a life of purpose that will stand the test of time, a testimony that will echo through generations. You've been a star, shining in the night sky of a darkened world. He's impressed because you didn't let